Greetings, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today we're continuing the Wonder Artistic Models train going with a look at one of my favorite dinosaurs, their Allosaurus. As always, a massive thank you to Simon from Wonder Artistic Models for sending this one out to me to have a look at. And if you want to get any Wonder Artistic model for yourself, make sure to use the coupon code SpinoDude-Wonder, all in caps, at the checkout on their website to save 10% on your next order. Now, like I said, Allosaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs, personally. And most of that reason is not for the animal visually. And I'm just gonna say that Allosaurus looks awesome. As far as theropods go, its body build and the shape of its head and everything is just, it looks sick. But most of the reason I like it is because we have so many fossils of this animal, and so many of them have been beaten up, bruised, thagomized by stegosaurs. In the case of the famous specimen Big Al, completely kicked into the dust. And yet most of them healed and survived all of the traumas that they went through. This dinosaur is like an inspiration for getting knocked down and getting back up right away. It was such an awesome predator. And this model just captures the silhouette extremely well. I believe this is one of the older model kits from them, if I'm not mistaken. I can kind of tell with just the visual style of some of the pieces in comparison to the Carnotaurus that I see off to the side from me here. And you know what? Let's change it up a bit. Let's get the comparison out of the way, since I mentioned it here. If you can kind of see the Carnotaurus, I don't know what it is about it. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I feel like the visual style is just a little bit different compared to the Allosaurus here. But anyways, I digress. Now, one thing that is probably going to stand out to you, and you're probably going to be like, whoa, what the heck? It's standing on one leg. And yes, I am like rotating it around everywhere, and it's not going anywhere. This pose is extremely well engineered in the way it's locked into the base here, because if you look from the top, you can actually see that this leg is thicker than the other one. If I zoom in, yeah, you can kind of see right there. This leg is double as thick as this one. And you can't tell from the side, you can tell from the top and the bottom, but that reinforces this leg so much. And all the connection points at the hips and everything really lock it into place, and also at the feet, the way it locks in ensures that it's not going to rock back and forth or really tip over. And the toes on both sides of the foot as well really help it from rocking side to side. So it's really nicely engineered, and it's a really stable piece that looks super dynamic on display. I really love it. Now, funny story, roping back into the sort of traumas that Allosaurus, the real animals, have been through that are apparent in its fossils. When I was building this one, this was the first Wonder kit in a long time where I actually broke a part, and this was the biggest part that I've broken on a Wonder model. One of the parts of the skull that I was pushing into the head as I was building it snapped in half. And I freaked out initially, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just broke such a major piece. There's no extra pieces for this one. What am I going to do? And I ended up gluing it together, and it glued together extremely well. I mean, you could barely tell there's anything there. I mean, if I put it up to the camera, yeah, you could see the breakage right there on the top. But what I love about this is I completely embraced it, because I'm like, there's no better dinosaur for there to be a broken part on that's semi-apparent than Allosaurus. It just looks more realistic because it's a little bit beat up now. So there's a little bit of a blemish in between its crests on the skull there, but I think it adds character, and it was perfect that it was Allosaurus that happened to for me. Of course, I don't condone, don't break your Wonder Artistic Models parts. But if any of them on your Allosaurus break and they're easily fixable, then I guess it's the perfect dinosaur for it to happen to. Now, speaking of the head, there you can see the classic Allosaurus fragilis head shape. This one does have an articulated jaw, as always. Very easy to operate for it being made out of wood once again, which I greatly appreciate. And another part that I really, really like on this one, I have to say, is the way the arms are done. First of all, when you attach the shoulder blades, you kind of like pinch them inwards like this, so it has a little bit more natural flow to the chest area, which I think is really, really cool. But the part I was going to point out is the hands. I like how the base of the forearm was engineered so that you could, if it will ever focus, there we go. I like how the base of the forearm was engineered so that, oh my gosh, focus, please. I like how the base of the forearm was engineered so that you could splay the fingers however you'd like as you're constructing it to give them some more natural character. Instead of them being sort of together like this, you can actually like spread them out, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, there's not too much else to say about this one. It's just a really great Allosaurus skeleton. And I guess just moving right along, in case you're wondering how big this one is a lot longer than I expected it to be actually. And I like that it didn't skip out on the length, but it is about 22 inches long, and in terms of the height, it is just about 8 inches tall. And we've already done a comparison, so just getting into the outro. If you'd like to get one of these for yourself, once again, use the coupon code SpinoDude-Wonder at the checkout to save 10% on your next order. And thank you, Simon, once again for sending this one out to me. It's so cool having a skeleton of one of my absolutely favorite dinosaurs in my collection now, and I always can't wait to experience more of Wonder's creations. I'll catch you all in my next video. If you liked the video, leave a like down below, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye-bye.